Well, this has been a teamwork. I have to say that I have great professionals surrounding me, and I have to say only the kind of sound that I need for some scene, and they will find the one that fits perfectly. Creating the atmosphere of the movie was one of the main challenges. I was supposed to write something that matched with the characters, so I started doing it. And you know, the more I watched the movie, the more I knew about their culture, the character. So when you thought that everything was okay, then you watch it again and you could see the evolution on the characters. So you have to start again, like I discovered something new on them. So it was a quite fun process, but we had a great time trying to find the O21 smooth. Once we decided the perfect film sound, scoring these scenes became easy. We captured the sense of the lands, of the countries that we were watching on screen, so it was quite easy. And also the sound design and everything was helping because the movie was evolving at the same time, so it was some kind of parallel process, the sound design and the music, so one was helping the other one. When I'm about to start writing, I usually sit in front of the piano and just play what the movie feels to me. Only a few chords and some simple melodies that can be played, sometimes with a single finger. So it's funny when you finish the whole score and you realize that those initial chords are now the core of the music, and everything has been built around as the skeleton. Once I have composed the main lines, I start scoring while I watch the film, creating simple mock-ups and analyzing the temp tracks and all you've got on the film, so that you get a general idea of what you're going to need into the movie. Here's where you decide what the music should say in each moment, what you're going to transmit to the viewer and what you don't. If you're going to help what the image is telling the viewer, or if you're going to go against the images, it's where you create some kind of initial idea. In this moment you can have an idea about the people that you will need into your team depending on the style. You will know there if you need electronics, a string quartet or a 100 musician orchestra. Then the next process is where the team starts working. Following the mock-ups that I've created before, we search for the sound, the rhythm, tempo and style, and everything starts growing up from the initial lines. Arrangements are made and the music gets synced to the images. Once you have good musical ideas synced and working emotionally with the film, you can start the orchestration, adding instruments to the score and enriching harmonies in secondary melodic lines. When the orchestration is finished, it's time to prepare the recording, so everything that I've written must be printed out separately for every musician in the orchestra. You record it and the audios go into the studio to be edited and supervised to ensure that everything is working properly and to check that everything that you recorded it's what you actually have. Then it's when the mixing process comes. For me this is the most critical point, because a good mix can make the music grow and a bad one can ruin even the best composition in the world. So I'm lucky that I count on a great mixer into my team. When we finish the mixing, we give it to the sound post team. They will put it into the movie with the rest of the dialogues, sound effects, ambience and all that stuff, and they will integrate the music into the film. They will adjust the volumes and they will make it work with the images, just as if the music was one more character into the movie. My muse is always the movie. I try to understand what the director tells me, to understand the characters, the scenes, and the subtle emotions that the movie has to say. What people won't see on the screen, but these things that must be transmitted with the music. I have a classical influence. I love Bach, I love Rachmaninoff, and I love when the complete orchestra plays. But actually I like the music with a good production, so I try to be very, very open on this. Because one day you can be scoring a drama in Asia, and the next day you can be scoring an animation film in the other side of the world. So you must be very flexible, and you may have lots of options. When I was scoring, first I made the mock-up, so it was just you start creating what it feels to you. So you're not creating only for a specific character, but sometimes someone goes into your heart and you compose a melody. We played a lot till we found the mood of 021. We were trying different sounds, different processes, so sometimes you can hear a piano that it's not sounding as a piano, or you can hear many things that you cannot recognize. So well, I think it took like 1 month to arrive to the sound that we wanted for the movie. Well, I've got a great team on this movie. They've been helping me from the beginning to the end, and they've been completely involved from the music department, of course, but I've been helped also from the production of the movie and for the sound team. We were really excited with the idea that what we were creating was really a great music, and we had huge expectation about the music, so that pushed us all the time to release better and better music. We've got the editing team, then we have the recording, which is for the orchestra live recording, and also we've got the post. Once we've recorded the orchestra, we have to edit it, so it's a lot of people coordinated only for releasing a great music. So everyone has a really clear duty and is focused completely on his duty. So that has helped a lot the movie. Well, scoring the movie took us approximately 3 months. It was a quite heavy duty for so little time, because first we started composing from the rock cuts, and then when we got the movie, it was we only had like 1.5 months left, so it was a quite fast project. The schedule of the movie was crazy, was completely crazy. It's a 2-hour movie, and it has only 4 minutes without music. That's 1 hour and 56 minutes of orchestral music that must be composed, recorded, edited, produced and mixed. So crazy. But actually, as we saw that the film grew up with every cue we added to it, it was so exciting that everyone enjoyed a lot. Well, actually, they're speaking English most of the time, so after the spotting session with Jamie for understanding perfectly the movie, and once we got the subtitled version, it's been like scoring any other movie. At the end of the day, music is an universal language, isn't it? Jamie is a very easygoing person, and he really knows what he expects about music. He would never say, I want to change this or that, because he really trusts his people. So he would only say, Alfonso, can I say something? Why don't we try this slightly different? And he usually is right, because he knows the movie better than anyone. So, answering to your question, it's been a great, enriching experience. We are friends now. I have to say that I didn't realize that he was so young until someone told me so. You can feel the energy coming out from him and trying to help everybody at the same time, while he also is pushing all the production issues. So you don't really care if the producer is young or not, you know, you only care about if he's a good producer, and being so energetic is a great quality on his job. If I had to make a summary of the whole project, I have to say that it's been great. And it's been great because I've been discovering new cultures, new people, and a way of working that it's different to what I'm used to. So it's been really enriching and I've learned a lot. What I love about O21 is the way you discover the characters and how they evolve along the film. It's been surprising for me because it was a quite unknown culture for me, so every story about it or even about the shooting was exciting. I've learned lots of things scoring this movie and I've really enjoyed the process. After scoring this movie, I have to say that I can't wait for the premiere to be in Pakistan.